At Destroyer Worlds says, if you could reimagine any movie as a monster movie, what would it be and why?
Reimagine
I guess
any movie as a monster movie?
Yeah.
A chorus line. That's the only way it would be watchable.
Okay.
At Wesson HF asks, what's his favorite memory of working on MonsterVision, and what similarities will the new show on Shudder have to MonsterVision? Which we might have already got into, but...
If I had to pick one favorite memory of working on MonsterVision, it was meeting and working with Lance Henriksen. Lance Henriksen is one of my favorite character actors. He's a guy who has hardly ever been interviewed in his life. He made a special exception to be on my show. He was intelligent and funny and interesting. And in my opinion, I love character actors. And so we would have character actors on the show. We would rarely have movie stars on the show, but we'd have character actors. And character actors, the reason I love character actors is no matter how many great performances they've given, they still got to go to the audition next week. People don't just call them up and give them jobs. They still have to go get that next job. Lance Henriksen is one of the few character actors who refuses to read. He'll have a meeting with a director, but he will not read a script.
Really?
And no matter how famous the director is, and he's always stuck to that. But anyway, it was a thrill to meet him and work with him, just because I consider him such a great artist.
At Gamer Guy asks, whenever you did the breast count, did you count them individually or in pairs?
I can't believe you would not believe how many times I've actually been asked that question. But no, each breast is counted individually, because when you have a side view, when you have a sarong, when you have there are various types of scenes where you only see one. That's why you can have an odd breast count. And the other thing I'm asked is,
Total Recall.
Do you count? Can you count the same breasts more than one time in the same movie? Yes, if it's a different scene.
Okay.
So yes.
So Rock'em Sock'em asks, is a nude female breast and an exploding head about the same level of extreme with regards to censorship?
Well, censorship on TV, actually, yes. That's actually a very good comparison.
Yeah.
Because on mainstream TV, female breast is forbidden. An exploding head would be forbidden. Today, violence is more often censored than sex. In the 80s, sex was more censored than violence. So you could get away with the exploding head. You couldn't get away with the. There's something about America. I mean, the censors hate topless women. Almost every other place in the world, that's sort of okay. And actually, and exploitation filmmakers always take advantage of that. Because it's forbidden, you're able to make a film seem a lot sexier than it really is, simply by having breast nudity. And Roger Corman, he actually told me his formula for that. He said, you only need 3 girls that agree to breast nudity. The lead girl is nude twice, once at the beginning of the movie, once near the end of the movie. The other 2 girls are nude once from the waist up. It doesn't have to be a long scene. It doesn't have to be an elaborate scene. And the fact that you've seen 3 girls in 4 scenes with breast nudity is enough to think that the audience saw a lot more than they saw.
So you've seen a lot of exploding heads and breasts, but have you seen any exploding breasts?
That's a good question.
I don't think I may have seen. I'm thinking of Frankenhooker, I'm not
Bill Murray's favorite movie.
I'm not recalling every special effect in Frankenhooker, but I know there's some disfigurement there, so I'm not sure. But no, that was never a popular body part to explode.
At the 7th Scion is saying, if he could reboot any classic monster movie, what would it be?
If I could reboot any classic monster movie, well, I don't know if you call it a monster movie, but it's the one I already mentioned, Tourist Trap. I would say let's do Tourist Trap again. Although that's to me that's already a successful movie. So Gosh, I don't know. I would have to pass on that one.
The Narc 2000 asks, who is your favorite slasher villain and why?
My favorite slasher villain would be the original Leatherface.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of the first time that it was done, and I think it was done really well.
So Energy Force asks, if you only got to host one more movie, what would it be?
It would probably be something I've never seen before because I've seen like a handful of Korean films that just like are wild and fun, and it's like it makes me want to like just go find every Korean horror film ever made and watch all of them. But I don't know. It would be something new.
Okay, here's the last one. Here's at Timothy Pike 91 asks, what's your favorite Godzilla film that was aired on his channel?
I think Godzilla versus Mothra, I remember being very entertaining. They were all similar. Of course, you know, what makes the original so good is the Raymond Burr.
Oh, the Raymond Burr. Yeah.
I got one through email here. Let me. Dear Joe Bob, I'm a Canadian who lives in Tokyo, and in these polarized times, watching your videos gives me hope for humanity. I also thought you were awesome in Casino. How'd you like working with Robert De Niro? And also, have you ever seen the movie Black Dynamite? I think you'd love it.
Whoa! Black Dynamite. I did see Black Dynamite. I think Black Dynamite is awesome. Robert De Niro is spooky.
Okay.
He's a nice guy, but if you saw Casino, the scenes are he's in my face the whole time.
He is.
And you don't want Robert De Niro in your face, and it scared the shit out of me. And it's like, and you do it more than once, you know, because they, you know, and in fact, he said something very scary to me. He said, they're going to do my close-up, and would you do me a favor? Would you get right up in my face and yell at me so that I get a reaction?
Okay.
You know, and then later when we do your close-up, I'll do the same for you. I was like, oh, wow, okay, yeah, okay, Bobby. They call him Bobby on this. I called him Mr. De Niro, but everyone else called him Bobby.
There's a lot of anger in that movie.
Yeah.